Hey, what's going on everybody? This is G and I'm funkin' hungry. In this video, we're going to try Hungry Jack's new Lotus Biscoff Storm and Lotus Biscoff Shake. So good old Jackers have done it again. So Jackers likes to troll Maccas and Clackers. Basically in England, they brought out recently a McFlurry with Lotus Biscoff in it, and it wasn't coming to Australia, so basically Jackers beat Maccas to the punch. We have one Lotus Biscoff Storm. Looks like they haven't filled this up with much ice cream. And we have one Lotus Biscoff Shake. And no spoon or straw. I would have preferred this in a see-through cup as well, just so I could show you. Okay, so I have my straw, I have my spoon, let's dig in. So in this you get the vanilla ice cream, you get the Lotus Biscoff topping, and you get the Lotus Biscoff crumbs. So they had the crumbs on top, they had the crumbs at the bottom, and they had the Biscoff topping. So they've been fairly generous with the Lotus Biscoff crumbs and the sauce, but it just feels like they haven't really put that much ice cream into this. I don't know, normally they're sort of overflowing a little bit. So I noticed the shake's about $1.50 more than the chocolate, strawberry and vanilla, and I believe this is only about 20 cents more, but this costs more than, you know, M&M Flake and Oreo Storms. So I was kind of disappointed when I heard the McFlurry was obviously being released in the UK. And good old Jackers saved the day. Well, they didn't really save the day when they gave me that Angus that was burnt. But anyway, I might forgive them. Let's give this a try. Lotus Biscoff Storm from Jackers. Cheers. Oh, I like that crunchy ASMR when I put my spoon into there. Funny, I'm not a huge sweets person, but I'm kind of salivating at this. So hopefully it's good. Let's give it a try. Cheers. Straight away I get that nice vanilla ice cream, and it has a really lovely crunch from the biscuit pieces. They try and do a lot of stuff with these storms or with ice cream at the big chains, the big restaurants. You can't go wrong with a bit of biscuit or something a little bit crunchy, and then obviously topping. Topping goes well with ice cream all the time, and I find, you know, if you start adding too much to ice cream, big pieces of this and that, it doesn't work that well. But the nice, you know, it's quite a fine crumb. You do get a few pieces that are fairly big. They did give a fair bit of biscuit, but after a couple of mouthfuls, it's sort of all gone. So it's good that they have some at the bottom. But let's get down to some of that sauce and try it with some biscuit and some of this Lotus Biscoff topping. The vanilla ice cream does mask some of the Lotus Biscoff flavour, I'm finding. You know, it is kind of, in a way, a little bit of the dominant flavour, the vanilla ice cream. It does have a lovely caramelised, malty sort of biscuit flavour. It does have that little hint of cinnamon, really small though. It's basically just like a caramelised biscuit, but it is really nice. As soon as you've had a Lotus Biscoff, you know, biscuit or the topping, you just know that flavour and it will never leave you. Kind of like your first kiss, you'll always know who it was. Do I remember? Wait a second, I don't remember who it was. Probably my mum or grandma or something. As I said before, I'm finding there's not as much ice cream and toppings. When I did the Hungry Jack's Bubblegum Storm, that seemed to have a lot of ice cream, a lot of toppings. You know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like they've been a little bit scabby with the Lotus Biscoff stuff. Still, compared to Macca's, you know, this is like double, triple what you get at Macca's. I will give them that it does have a fair bit of biscuit underneath. It's a little bit hard to see, but once you're digging in, let's just give this a bit of a mix. Let's just mix it in, yeah? So now you can see that it's all mixed through. I'm still going to come in and try and grab a little bit more of the, you know, toppings. But let's give this a try with when it's all mixed in. You've got to mix it. Cheers. Mmm. Oh. That is Phunken delicious. Damn, that is good once I mix it all in. kind of see the Biscoff topping has tinted the ice cream, so it's gone from, you know, like that really pure white to a sort of beige color now. And just all that biscuit is just mixed lovely through this ice cream. That's what you need to do, everyone. I guess you can try it by itself, you know, the ice cream, the biscuit, where it's not combined. But that's what you need to do. You need to mix it in. So then every bite you get in the topping, you get in the biscuit. To be honest, I was kind of a little bit disappointed at first. You know, I was going to almost give it like a rating of about 6, 7. But this has bumped it up. This has bumped it up a lot. Seriously, guys. That flavour, this is the best Storm I've ever had. And I did enjoy the bubblegum one. You know when I enjoy something because, you know, I just keep on smashing it down. You know, we're about a quarter left. I guess I should put this to the side so I could try the shake. But damn. Okay, so my score for Hungry Jack's Lotus Biscoff Storm, I'm going to have to give that a 9.5 out of 10. It's absolutely delicious. At first, I was, you know, a little bit disappointed in a way. It just, the vanilla ice cream was so dominant, I couldn't really taste the Biscoff. But the vanilla ice cream seemed to sort of overpower it. But the Lotus Biscoff topping is absolutely lovely. You know, it's got this like strong biscuit, caramelized flavour, absolutely delicious. But then, when I mixed it all together, bumped it up to an 8, 9, almost a 10. It just seemed to be lacking, like, there's not as much ice cream as normally. Normally, these are quite heavy, and I just feel like whoever made it, you know, quite a lot of Lotus Biscoff pieces on top. They had a nice amount of the sauce, had a nice amount of biscuit at the bottom. But I just feel like, you know, they could have put a little bit more ice cream into that. Probably left it on for, you know, another 20 seconds, just put a little bit more into it. So the price for the Storm Biscoff is $4.95, which is a little bit pricey, but Lotus Biscoff is, you know, this Lotus Biscoff isn't as big in Australia. It's starting to get big here, and it's starting to get really popular. You know, a lot of local places, I find they're making it into cheesecakes and they're making it into shakes and desserts and all kind of stuff. But it is still a little bit expensive because it's more of an import. It's not a local ingredient. So I guess I can understand why they bumped it up. But the Storm Biscoff is $4.95 and the Oreo Storm is $4.75. So it's about 20 cents more, which I feel is kind of reasonable for, you know, using, I guess, an ingredient that costs a little bit more in Australia. So my rating for Hungry Jack's Storm Biscoff, I'll give that a 7.5 out of 10. I feel like it's a pretty good price. At the end of the day, the experience, it was lovely tasting, and, you know, it's just enough to keep you going and keep you satisfied for that price. So let's try the Hungry Jack's Biscoff Shake. You can see they have a lot of Biscoff on top of this. So this is going to be the vanilla shake, obviously mixed in with all the Biscoff stuff, compared to the soft serve that comes with the Storm. So it's going to be interesting to sort of see the difference of the ice cream compared to the shake. Obviously it has the Biscoff topping in this as well. Let's give this a go. Cheers. Now I did get this straw, but I'm not sure it's going to work that well because it's not the biggest straw. Okay, so I'm going to have to go old school and use the spoon for the shake because that straw's just not cutting it. Alright, let's try some of the biscuit with the thick shake mixture. Cheers. On the side it has some of that topping. So I'll get some of that topping, the shake, and some biscuit. Yeah, for some reason the combination isn't as nice as the Storm. So I'm not really feeling this as much. The Biscoff on top sort of is getting stuck in the back of my mouth a little bit. It's a little bit dry compared to how it is in the Storm. And just the flavour of the vanilla ice cream doesn't really work as well as the, you know, soft serve. The soft serve would be vanilla as well, but I don't know. It just isn't my cup of tea. It is a lot of just vanilla ice cream, you know. Like you get to the sauce. I feel like the Storm is perfect because all of the ingredients, especially when I mixed it in, you know, you get to the Biscoff a lot quicker. It just combines a lot better. Like there's just loads and loads and loads of this vanilla ice cream. Yeah, there's not enough sauce and there's not enough biscuit in this. You know, like, especially now I've sort of mixed it a bit, you can't even really see the biscuit much in there. And I'm mixing it around, it's not even changing the colour of this, it's still staying white with just a little bit of biscuit in this. And this is a fairly expensive item. So yeah, I might chug a little bit down and see if I can get to more sauce and more Biscoff. To be honest, the Lotus Biscoff shake is fairly trash. Like, I drank a fair bit just to see if they had more topping underneath on the bottom and more biscuit, and they didn't. There's hardly any of the topping in here. So it seems like they was more generous with the Storm. You know, it costs less, but there was more topping in it and more biscuit, because I got the biscuit on top and the biscuit underneath. It's kind of like they just quickly swelled a little bit of topping in here and not very much at all. And they put a fair bit on top. But I mean, look how much shake there is. There's all this shake, so you need to have some biscuit underneath. Carl's Jr. actually did a Lotus Biscoff shake way before any of this came out. So they was actually the first to do it, but I didn't get a chance to review it, but I did try one when I was out and about. And that would be an easy 10 out of 10. I'll explain why. Because the shakes at Carl Jr., the actual vanilla shake itself, is way more nicer. They was way more generous with the Lotus Biscoff inside. Then they put whipped cream on top. And then they put a couple of Lotus Biscoff biscuits in the top as well. And it probably was about the same as a large shake from Hungry Jack's. And it was really nice to have. And they had a big straw, so you was able to suck up all of the Lotus Biscoff with the shake. And it was really nice to have the cream on top to add that extra creaminess. And what I did, I basically had a sip of the shake, got the biscuit, had a bite of the biscuit, and then chased it with the shake. And it was an easy 10 out of 10. Absolutely amazing. This is just an inferior product compared to Carl's Jr. one. I'm actually severely disappointed in this shake. So my rating for Hungry Jack's Lotus Biscoff shake, I'm going to have to give that a 4 out of 10. To me, it's below average. There's way too much vanilla shake. There's not enough topping. They needed about, 4 times the amount of topping. It would have been good if it had a lot of topping in it, because, it would have mixed in with that shake and changed it from a vanilla shake to a Lotus Biscoff shake. Like at all these places, it probably depends who makes it, but yeah, the Storm was absolutely amazing. That almost got a 10 out of 10. This shake, I wouldn't get again. It's highly disappointed, and it's not worth it. Now, I'll leave the prices of the shake on screen, because obviously you can get a small, medium, and a large. I'll leave it on screen for you. But the shake costs $6.95, which is obviously fairly high. As I explained before, Lotus Biscoff is a bit of a premium or more expensive item. Still, that being said, there was hardly any biscuit in it. Probably one biscuit, if that, crushed up. And probably a teaspoon of the topping. I got a lot more topping in a Storm, and it costs less. Yeah, I get more vanilla shake in here, but I'm not here for the vanilla shake. If you do want to get a shake, I'd probably recommend to get a small, because they probably put the same amount of biscuit and toppings in there, but having less ice cream, you'll be able to taste it and it will sort of blend together more. But my rating for the price, I'm going to give that a 4 out of 10 as well for the shake. It's just not worth it. I'm here for the Lotus Biscoff, and it just didn't deliver. And the shake cost about $1.50 more than like chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. And to be honest, I'd prefer a chocolate or a strawberry shake over that. They have more flavour than that does. It's just basically a vanilla shake, really, just with a really, really slight little bit of Lotus Biscoff in it. But let me know if you've tried the Hungry Jack's Lotus Biscoff Storm or the Lotus Biscoff Shake. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree. Which one did you like, if you liked either? Do you think they're both trash? Did you like one over the other? Let me know below. Let's have a discussion. But I hope you enjoyed this video. This was G from Phunken Hungry, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.